Awesome.
Bomb has been located. One op 4.
What's up, guys? All right, so today we're going to be doing an operator guide on how to play Iana, one of my favorite operators. So the reason why we're redoing the operator guide on how to play Iana, because I did one in the past a couple months ago, we're redoing it because Iana is very different now compared to how she was post-patch on Operation Brutal Swarm. So we're going to be talking about the new Iana. Does she still have a place in Rainbow Six Siege? Is she still strong? And how to play her and excel. So let's get to it. So going through the loadout for Iana, we have the ARX, which honestly is a really good gun, but now it doesn't have a 1.5, it only has a 1x. Here's why 1x option. I like the red dot C, and then I'll probably run a vertical grip. I mean, you can run an angle grip if you want. I just like to keep it really stable, and a flash hider for sure. So not a bad close range gun, and you can hit the long range shots, but no optic increase. It does make it a little tough. And then you have the G36C. It was a slept on gun because the ARX was so good, but you are going to get a 1.5 now on the G36C. Flash shatter, and I like the bird grip. This is a laser beam. It is a head ripper. Honestly, out of these two guns, now I rock the G36C because it's just better for all engagements. The ARX is strong up close, but long range, it lacks because that 1.5 optic is really nice at those long ranges, and the G36 is just a laser beam. You just rip heads off. Try this gun out, you're probably going to like it. It took me a while to try it because I was like very stubborn about the ARX. The ARX is still really good, but the G36 is pretty strong. And then you have pistol. There's no reason not to run a suppressor on it, so boom. And then you have frag grenades and smokes. I mean, if you can run frag grenades, you run frag grenades. There are only 4 operators in Rainbow Six that can realistically run frag grenades now, and that is Sledge, Iana, Nook, and Glass. Glass is kind of literal sometimes. So you got 3 ops, and honestly, high elo, Nook gets banned a lot. So there's really just 2 operators at the time. So yeah, Sledge or Iana, and you know, Iana's one of them. But now let's talk Iana's ability, the Gemini Replicator. So use it, boom, you can run around, drone, do whatever you need to as your own POV. So I'll use this to, like, you know, bait out my enemies, or to run in, like, let's say a door. What if my teammate's behind it? So like, I'll like dive in with the clone to give a quick call on where an enemy is at and ping the spot for my teammate. So here, I'll show you what I mean. I'll jump in and I'll like, he'll shoot and it'll go down, and my teammate who's following the clone will basically refrag the drone. The reason why that clone works so effectively is because it sounds just like a normal person running around. And if it gets shot, it takes a lot longer for it to come back, but I mean, you guys see, you get an infinite number of this. It's like every time I put it away, like, it'll come back fast, and every time I personally choose to put it away. So but when it's shot and it's destroyed, it takes, I think, 5 times longer. So let's talk some advanced Gemini Replicator moves. So like, a lot of times, like, let's say you're in a one-on-one, because Iana is a duelist, like an entry frag. Let's say there's someone right here waiting to swing me. I mean, you can just use a clone, make it sound like you're going for it, and then just try to fight them like that. So Iana clone baits, and they swing and you take them out. If they don't swing, then you just clone in and you're good to go. So because Iana basically gets it unlimited drones, what I like to do with Iana is I like to leave my cameras in spots for flanks, as well as just general cutoff points. So like here, I leave one cam like here maybe, and then I leave this cam like, we're gonna show you guys an actual cam spot for this specific location. So like one cam, like, let's say here, to see like the bar walk in, and then I'll put this cam maybe in stock, and then I would effectively not touch these drones again because I don't need to. I have an unlimited drone that comes back. You can also use the clone to burn Aruni gates, so that is nice because, I mean, I used to have a Gon 6. It's not here anymore. Also, real quick, here's just the G36C full auto. Very stable gun, very easy to control. No problems. Good to go. All right, let's talk about a normal round as Iana. So let's say I'm attacking bar and I want to enter through big garage. So open up the door. I have a drone for the cutoff, so I'll have a teammate, or I'll just kind of get on it every now and then while I push over. If I don't hear any audio, then we're good. Then I'll walk a west main. Knowing that I only have to look one direction is key on entries. So like, yes, I didn't drone out west main, but playing off my audio and then also just playing with my crosshair up will probably be okay. As long as we're only picking one angle at a time, normally it'll be okay. Clear this. And then I'll leave another drone for my solar walk down. So anytime that the teammate dies or whatever, we'll have blank cams. I'll leave like this. And we'll have cams for underneath. So now I have complete control of dining as well as the, and all the flanks are covered. So we can just push down the short hallway, your crosshair up, and trying to work towards a site, working with teammates, doing whatever you got to do. And for like, let's say the round's coming to a close and like I just need to start making a move. Like when you're walking around, have your gun ready for a gunfight. I see a lot of people like losing their entries because they're like spinning around and they're like, oh, the ADS way too late. Have your gun ready to fight someone wherever you're at. Like honestly, there's way too many people like, hey SenVale, how do I get better aim? It's less about your aim and more about your crosshair placement. When your crosshair, let's say this is the enemy. Okay, well, let's say this is the enemy. A lot of people will say like, I didn't work on my aim because I'm like this. Oh. But if your crosshair is already like right where it should be, you're not gonna have to move very far to actually hit that shot. Versus when you're like kind of all over the place and you're like, oh, you know, it's gonna be a lot worse. Crosshair placement is the key to having decent aim. I actually have fairly good aim, believe it or not. A lot of people think that my aim isn't great because I'm not mechanically like QE spamming like this. You know, you don't have to do all this. You don't have to be flashy as long as you're winning your rounds and winning your ones effectively. All right, let's go through some gameplay clips while playing Iana. So this was against KG, so let's go through it. Keeping my crosshair up, pushing forward, confident, ready for the gunfight, trying to anticipate where the enemies are going to swing from. Boom. I know that as an entry, like I have an Osa and Iana, and it's a 2v2. Me being the guy with the most health, I'm probably going to have to take that first primary aggressive gunfight, and then we're going to like 2v1 the other guy and pinch them. So I'm looking for that next pick. I'm not sure where I'm going to find it. I'm looking. I know that one's going to pick me from the left and one's going to pick me from the right because that's how a lot of people will play. So I try to bait the left guy like I'm really worried about him, so I encourage the right guy to push forward. And we find first guy, and then we know where the other one is. He's stuck in the corner. I'm gonna try to get my teammate into a position where he can help me, but we can 2v1 him because you never want to take a 1v1 when you're in a 2v1 situation. But he's castled off and he's gonna have to go all the way around, and I have him in the corner and I know that this man is going to come for me. So here I decide I probably need to just push this guy because I know he's in the corner. And as an entry frag, I personally like swinging someone versus letting them swing me, because when they swing me, I am not ready for that firefight. They are choosing to push me and they are ready for it. When I push them, when I swing them, I am ready to shoot someone the second I see them, and they're not ready for it. The reason why that makes a difference, there's ping, because this is not land, so ping differences do matter because this is a swing or be swung game. I'm sure you guys have heard that. When you swing, you're going to have more time to react to that person's position than they are going to even be able to see you. And if you guys ever die to someone who swings you and you're like, oh man, I barely saw him, you watch this kill cam and they're like, wow, they saw me for a while. Yeah, that happens a lot. Swing or be swung. If you know that there's an enemy in a certain position and you can swing them and take them out, be confident in your aim, do that more and more often, and you're going to rank up. All right, this clip was against Xset, Uzi, and a couple of these other guys. Not gonna see the names though, fortunately. So here, I'm playing as an entry on theme park. I'm having my teammates drone me in, and I'm playing near the drone so I can act off the intel instantly. So I'm letting the drone be ahead of me by like a couple steps, and I'm going to basically play off of whatever happens to that drone or any intel I get from my teammates. So if you're playing by yourself, just ask for teammates, say, hey, can someone drone me in this door? And honestly, a lot of the time, people will be willing to drone you in.
Yep, still there, still on the window.
Take him out.
Let me know when we're ready.
Oh, that was crazy. I threw a grenade to open the hatch because obviously you don't have the gun 6 anymore. Buck opens it, grenade drops on top of somebody.
Hey, SenVale, right there.
All for me. Do you have another day or no?
We took one out. The reason why I don't talk here is because I'm going to respond to him because I heard what he's waiting for my grenade, but I just wanted, because I knew someone was to my right. I wasn't sure like where they were at. I heard the audio, and we do win that firefight out. So now it is a 4v1 situation, and they all run into sight. So I run in through sight as well, but the guy is off sight, flanking around. He moves around. So the biggest thing I want to focus on here, just general cross replacement. Watch this. I'm ready. If he swings down this hallway, his head is going to have to be here. If he goes through this door, his head is going to have to be here. So no matter what, if he comes from this side, I'm going to be aimed at his head. I do realize that he went around and he's in maintenance. So like I'm getting ready to shoot my headshot on that door frame. So look, and he's right there. Keep your crosser up, ready for a gunfight at all times, and you will win a lot more gunfights because I didn't have to react too much. My gun was already there, ready for it. Here's another example of all that. I mean, I'm gonna let this play through and we're gonna talk about it. Swing or be swung. So that was a good scripture. So not that any of these guys on the defensive team played this badly or poorly. It was the fact that they could barely see me as I swung in with confidence. So we take out this first guy who barely saw me. He just starts shooting, but we had plenty of time to react to where he's going to be at when we take him off because my crosshair was pretty on the money there. This guy shoots a little early, so I know that he's on a bomb angle. I know, like, okay, I'm gonna stand up. He's either gonna be left or right. We're gonna figure it out really quick while I stand up. If I see the left side, we take it out. And then, knowing that someone is probably gonna be rotating in because we are playing a good team here, they're gonna be somewhere to my right. I have crosser up, ready for someone to be either, I think head height is normally like here. This is crouch height. I'm like in between because I'm ready to flick up or down depending whether they're because I think that someone might be crouched in the corner somewhere. But I'm swinging around. And we do see him in the back and take him out really quickly. No intel on that guy, but keep your crosser up. There's only so many places people can be, either crouching or standing in a room. And if you just have your crosser up as you scan across, you'll clear it. All right, and here's some ARX gameplay. So the reason why I keep really trying to drive that point home of entry, keep crosser up, because I'm asked all the time how do I get better at the game, how do I improve my mechanics, and how do I play a certain operator a certain way. I'm really focusing on just keeping your crosser up because like you're gonna see in these clips, none of my shots are like, oh my god, that was a crazy flick. I just have my crosser up ready for a gunfight. Like you guys are gonna see that in this entire clip, but I mean, enjoy.
Drop the diffuser. You must recover the diffuser. Down to one friendly. One option remaining. Down to one. Cover the diffuser.
Let's talk about this. So I throw a grenade to the right, to the left side. As I swing over, knowing there's probably going to be someone to the right side. I obviously didn't expect this, but I mean, my gun was up because I was ready for someone to swing me from the door, but there just happened to be two guys here. I would take them both out. And this is a little literal on their part, but when you're aggressive, sometimes you will find kills like this a lot more times than you would think, especially at like plat 2 and down elo. Being aggressive, catching people off guard is the key to winning as an entry in Rainbow Six Siege. All right, that is it for today on how to play Iana after the patch for Operation Brutal Swarm. So Iana was nerfed, but she is still incredibly strong, especially because a lot of grenades were taken away from other operators. there aren't that many other operators that are decent on the entry and also have frag grenades. So she's still an incredibly good op if you use her correctly. Just really making sure that when you're using her, use her ability effectively. Like don't have drones and your clone ready to go, because you're basically effectively wasting your drones. Have your drones set for flanks, have your drones in positions so that you can like use them to like grenade people from like underneath, etc. Use your drones effectively, because you are going to have an ability that is basically unlimited drones. So you want to get full use out of all of that. And when you're running around, make sure to have your crosshair up, because you are playing as an entry, so you are expected to get that first primary engagement and help your team push into take map control. All right, guys, if you guys learned something today, make sure to subscribe, drop a comment, and leave a like for more. Peace out, guys. Hey.